Hey, welcome to the DBB channel, and today, oh boy, I do have a final game for you, and it'll be again the yellow versus purple. The yellow will start first in this game, actually going for the TK straight up, so most likely pick out a rookie here, so he does pick out a rookie and evolving in the next turn. The TK does give very high consistency for yellow decks because of that security checks. And now he's able to actually have 4 memory to work with for the purple player as he evolved to Digimon first, but hard calling a Gilmon and evolving to the Digimon, but the TK does guarantee 3 memory for the yellow player. And now he does go for the rookie here, which he picked it up in the previous turn, and now he does go for the Pidomon for 1 cost. And now finally going for the Angelmon, not having any ability to activate unfortunately, but Chimeramon will be returned in the nursery area. The Angelmon will be pushed up, and then actually going for the Slash Angelmon already. Very questionable, I would say, because I think it's a bit too early. And he does go for another TK here to pick up a Starmon. Now the turn does pass to the purple player. Okay, he does have 4 memory to work with. He does go for his own dual white tamer here, which is very popular now in purple decks, as he does hardcore a Meramon. Man, feels bad for him, as there's a level 5 or rather 5 cost for the yellow player to work with, as he does go for the Tyrimon here and decide to sling with the Slash Angelmon. Doesn't die though, so it's very fortunate for him as he does hardcore Starmon and going for the option here to actually kill off their Meramon. Man, this guy is not letting any level 4 stick on the field for the purple player, but it might be his up move because he does have Chaos Digimon in his hand and he doesn't have the Wargroundmon to actually kill or rather spawn a rookie out for him to use the ability. So this will just be a whiff Digimon, but it does have 12k power, allowing him to swing over the Slash Digimon, which does have only 8k power. So very weird, I was saying, as a Slash Digimon was actually vulnerable, as he does go for the Omnimon-Cheat here right off the bat and calling the Wargroundmon and the Devilmon, and a Wargroundmon will be evolved here. Does go for the Digiburst here on the Devilmon, so it's now currently a 1k blocker only, and does hardcore Starmon to actually kill off that Devilmon. And because of the bottom inherit, he does gain 1 memory, so he is still his turn as he evolved to a Lordknightmon here, and a dual white tamer will guarantee 2 more memory for him at the start of his turn, as he does so here, pushing him to 5 memory. Now he does hatch into a Demi-Meramon, evolving to the Candlemon first. And the Zord will start swinging, putting back that Dukemon into his hand, killing off a Starmon. Very unfortunate Starmon there. And he does do 2 criticals due to the dual white tamer, pushing him to 3 security. And now he does evolve to the Anubis-mon here, which will allow him to actually spawn a rookie from the drop zone, and the drop zone unit caught will gain rush, basically meaning no summoning sickness, and will be able to swing the same turn as he demonstrates here with the Tapiamon, swing at the security for 1 more damage, and because he does die, he's able to draw 1 more card. Now he does go for the white option spell here to evolve into another Omnimon-Cheat for free. Man, this card is sick, and it should be in the ban list. I don't know, man, it's just too sick, I would say. And he does go for the Zord again, pushing the enemy spawn back to hand, and using the Wargroundmon to eat the Gilmon to gain 1 memory to restand. The Zord is able to swing again for game, but the option doesn't do much currently to the Zord, and this should be game as the Omnimon-Cheat swing for the final hit. Now we do move on to game 2 though, and the yellow player will start first this game by having a rookie to start off the game first, but he does go for the classic TK first turn, allowing him to actually set up and does pick up the Wargroundmon back to his hand. But this does pass 4 memory to the purple player, and having a lot of memory to work with does have its advantages if he does have the right cards, as he evolved the Tapiamon first, now evolving to the Devilmon, and now finally evolving to the Black Wargroundmon. So as I say, with a decent amount of memory, he's able to do so much in 1 turn, and now the yellow player doesn't have much to work with as he does go for the Tyrimon here. Now going for his own Wargroundmon. Now it's a clash of the Wargroundmon, I would say, as he does hardcore a Starmon to pass the turn. Now he does hardcore a Candlemon in return. He'll be evolving to Devilmon for 1 cost. And next he will be calling another Candlemon, which does pass back 3 memory to the yellow player due to the TK, ensuring the 3 memory. But he does go for the Wargroundmon here to actually kill off the Candlemon, very unfortunate. And now goes to the Lordknightmon. And Lordknightmon will be doing his classic swing here. And nothing to call here, very unfortunate for the yellow player, as he go for the spell once again to actually kill off that Devilmon. Man, that's quite a lot of commitment, I would say, as he does pass 6 memory to the left player, in this case the purple player, and with 6 memory, an exploding turn is coming soon. Now he's able to hard call a Digimon, calling a Digimon through the Lordknightmon skill, as he does go for the Omnimon here. Actually call back another rookie from the drop zone, in this case the Lordknightmon, which does gain rush, but unfortunately Digimon missed the timing, so it doesn't have rush, so something to take note of. And now he does go for the flute once again, going for the Omnimon Zwart. Man, this card is... this guy is just utilizing Zwart at its finest, I would say. So he does hardcore the 2 Black Lordknightmon, and the Zwart will bounce back the Omnimon to hit for 2 security here, and the inherit of Black Lordknightmon will allow him to restand, so he's able to do 2 more damage. Then 2 damage is because of the dual white tamer, and thus finally go for the last Omnimon, which hardcores the rookie, and this is game. Now before we begin talking about this purple list right here, I would like to introduce you that purple and yellow are actually the meta decks currently in Japan right now, and followed up by maybe some sort of green and red in the form of Blitz. But purple especially, the deck will revolve around using the white tamer and the white option and into the free Zwart. And because purple can utilize Zwart so well, the tempo swing it does is so good and it will win you games unexpectedly. So let's talk about the classic Zwart here for the level 7s. He does play 4 of them, and this is your key piece in the deck. Some decks might play 3, but I think 4 is the most optimal count if you can squeeze it in, because you do want to see it almost every game. Now for the level 6, he does play 4 Digimon and 2 Omnimon. Now, this guy actually draw 2 Omnimon in that game alone, and he does only play 2, so he's definitely a talented player. But the Chaos Digimon was without a doubt a very strong card for purple right here. And right now in the meta, because of that nursery gaming that you guys have witnessed in the previous videos, and especially in this video where both opponents will have to decide who push out their Digimon first, and the second player usually have the advantage to answer that first Digimon given by the player who actually pushed it out first. So for the level 5s, he's actually playing quite interesting. He does play 3 Chimeramon and 4 Black Lordknightmon, and Chimeramon does work well with the Zwart ability, as the on-call abilities will activate through Zwart effects, so he's able to nuke more cards on the field, which allows for more better board control. And he does play one of the 2 cost vanilla there, which does have its own purpose, as sometimes you do want to actually rush Evo to a level 5 and into a level 6 eventually. Now for the level 4s, he's actually playing a very interesting ratio. I would say he's playing 4 Devilmon, which is the blocker one, 4 Meramon, which is the 1 cost evolution, and 2 Devilmon Vengeance and 1 Valmon. Now I really do like the Valmon though, because the Valmon is 6k, and 6k is actually a very good number against Omnimon-Cheat Blitz deck, because the Cheat is able to kill off a 5k below Digimon on evolution, and a 5k blocker will not actually stand a chance against the Cheat. So very interesting 1 card tag there for the Valmon. Now for the rookie here, it's actually quite interesting, as he does play 6 vanillas and 8 with effects. The effects one are actually a Digimon and a Gilmon, and you guys might have already know the effects. Now why I say it's interesting, because he does play the vanilla over the Gazimons and the Gabumons, which is actually running around quite common actually in the meta list right now, because they do have very strong effects that allow you to change the tempo of the game if done right. But the vanilla is actually very good in terms of memory control gains or just having a better rookie. Now for the tamers, he's actually playing 1 purple tamer there for the guaranteed 3 memory and 3 dual white tamer, and the 3 white option. So the white tamer is actually very strong for the Zwart, because it does give 1 security attack, and you do gain 2 memory when opponent do have a level 6 above. Now Digimon kills a level 5 below, so you do feel the pressure from the purple player if you do see a level 5 in the nursery. So you want to go to a level 6, but then the dual tamer there is actually preventing you from going to level 6. Not exactly preventing you, but this encouraging you, because you are going to give them so much memory. But that's the power of purple right now, because they are able to control this kind of memory game with you, and you are going to give them so much memory as they can explode, as demonstrated in game 2. Now for the Digitamon, is actually quite straightforward, which is the 5 and 1 Salmon and 4 Demimeramon. Now we move on to the yellow list, and actually for yellow list specifically, I've talked quite a bit in my previous video, so I do recommend you checking it out. But let's go through once again. For here, he does play 3 Chaosmon, which is actually quite a high count if you ask me, and he does only play 2 Digimon and 4 Lordknightmon. 4 Lordknightmon is actually quite straightforward, I would say. It's the strongest card in the meta right now for yellow, and maybe he could try taking in Lordknightmons. But the Slash Digimon count is actually quite low in my opinion, because Slash Digimon is such a strong tempo swing, especially when you do have the access to the Lordknightmon to a Knightmon to a Slash Digimon for random 12k minus DP. So that combo is actually too strong to give up, I would say. Now for the level 5, he's actually playing a very straightforward count, which is the 4 Knightmon and the 4 Lordknightmon, followed by a 2 Angel Woman tag. Now the Angel Woman does allow him to spawn the board quicker. As you guys can see, he does play the Bushy Agumon, so the CNGA is there. And for the level 4s, it's actually quite straightforward as well, which is the 8-1 cost and the Omnimon, so it's very standard throughout. As for the rookies, he's playing 4 Patamon, 4 Starmon, 3 Kitomon, which is the searcher for the Lordknightmon and the Knightmon, and 2 Bushy Agumon. Now to wrap it up, he does play TKs. TK is actually the best card yellow does have access to, and you might wonder why yellow isn't getting any better tamers, because simply TK is just too good. Now he does play the option as well, which is to kill off the opponent's board. For each Digimon you have, you are able to minus 4k DP. So that's it for today, and thank you guys for enjoying the content I put out so far, and do consider subscribing, dropping a like and a comment if you guys enjoy the content.